Hey guys, sorry about that. I jumped on live a little bit before I was ready. Anyway, welcome to my live video today. Today we're going to be talking about stencil, stamping, masking, creating a whole bunch of card backgrounds, and I'm going to be utilizing the Catherine Pooler Party Collection minis, which are wonderful, and then also her larger ones. These are like her brights, and so these are the only 6 colors that I'm not going to be using today, or we might, who knows. But I do have her link provided for your convenience in the description box, as well as the links to where I purchased everything. And I can tell you right now that everything can be purchased through scrapbook.com. I like them best because, well, first of all, they're local to me. And secondly, the prices are good, and also they have fast shipping. So I really like them, and I would recommend using them as well. So let's get on with the show. The first thing that we're going to do, I have some stencils that I wanted to feature today, and we're going to start off with this alt&new stencil. And I haven't even opened it yet. It is the bubble wrap stencil. I thought it was super cool. I just want to see what it does. And I am going to be using these. I don't know if you guys have seen these. These are they're the domes for the foam applicators. And scrapbook.com has little handles for this, but it works beautifully with your other handles. So this handle it works on, and I just love that because I don't want to have to buy a new handle because I want to try a new dome. What makes these special is, unlike a regular dome, which is flat and can give you those lines, so take a look at these. I'll show you the difference. I love them. These are, see how that's dome there, and then this is flat. You see the difference? So what this allows you to do is it allows you to pick up color, and you're not going to get any harsh lines. So it's beautiful for creating backgrounds. 10 of these are about $5.50. So I bought 2 packs to use with my Catherine Pooler inks because I just love them. So what I'm going to do on this is, since the stencil is larger than my paper, I'm actually going to take some purple tape, and I'm just going to adhere it to the stencil. And that way it won't move around on me, and I'll be good to go. This is just a little tip. If you don't have purple tape, you can totally use washi tape. That would work just fine. Just make sure that you run it on your clothes a few times on a shirt or something to pick up that lint, so it doesn't end up holding so much so that you end up tearing your paper. So I'm going to pick up my ink with my foam applicators. These are the dome ones again, and these are exclusive to scrapbook.com. I saw a video on them and I had to buy them, and so I'm like, oh yes. So I'm gonna just start off the page like you normally do and just start to blend this in, and I'm going to create a background for a card. I'm not going to be completing any of the cards today with you on live. I'm just going to show you the techniques and the different stencils that I like that are new to my stash that I just purchased. Yes, I purchased. Nothing was sent to me for these. These are ones that I loved and I wanted to get. So I purchased these, and I think I found the sale at scrapbook.com. They have really good sales going all the time. Ranger right now I think is 20% off. So as you can see, this blending dome works beautifully. I actually like these better than the blending brushes because they're cheaper, number one, and it just tends to work a lot better for me. So that's the first technique on how to stencil a background. It's just basic stenciling like so. Now the next one is also an alt&new stamp stencil. So I'm going to put away my Coral Cabana color. So this is the Coral Cabana by Catherine Pooler. We're going to move on to the next, which is the layering stencil. And I really like these. Ramona actually wanted to know which one I got. So these are for her. I'm including this because my friend Ramona is like, ooh, which layering stencils did you get? Because I introduced her to them, I believe, on a video, and she really fell in love with them. So for this one, I'm going to be utilizing grass skirts and lime rickety. Now, I have to keep these in the packaging simply because I'll forget what is stencil A and what is stencil B, because you want to lay stencil A down first. You can buy them separate. I mean, you can buy them separate and just use them alone, but I don't really care for that. I like to buy them together. And they're, gosh, I think they're $5.59 or something like that a piece. I don't remember. But they're pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to layer on stencil A first and then stencil B. Hello! Hello! Hi, Sue. Thanks for joining me. I know I'm on early today. So this is going to be for this. Now, with this one, there is a nice border around it that you can line up really well. And I have just a smidge larger than my paper, just a smidge. So I am just going to take and lay down some of this purple tape. Again, washi would work fine. You just have to make sure that you defuzz it. And I'm just going to use greens on this. So this is the alt&new Layered Kaleidoscope Stencil A. And I'm going to use Lime Rickety first. So I'm just going to pick this up again with this wonderful dome. The other thing I like about these domes is I can keep them for the colors that they're with. And in the blending brushes, you kind of have to clean them off between uses. And that's a lot of brushes to keep on hand. And that to me gets kind of pricey. So I really like these domes. I think I'm going to make the transfer over. And I totally appreciate that I don't have to buy a whole new handle. It's not like I have to buy an entire new system. They work with my Ranger handles that I already have. So I love these things. They're so great. All right. So I'm just going to lay this color down. And again, if you wanted to go in with a couple different colors on this is a kaleidoscope one, so you know, you really could. It would be really pretty to go in with maybe some yellow and you know, under this as well, and like do 2 colors on each stencil. That would be so pretty. But for this, we're just gonna stick with this Lime Rickety. And I really like the Catherine Pooler inks. They're probably my favorite. I love the minis because that's respecting my my real estate, right? We all only have, I don't like to have a waste, you know, a lot of stuff to have to store. So, okay, so that's done. And now we're going to go on to stencil B, and I'm going to use grass skirts with that. I'm going to go ahead and put my Lime Rickety back up here in the minis. And then I'm just going to remove my purple tape and let's go ahead and do Lime Rickety. Excuse me, grass skirt. I can talk. I'm still working on the coffee. And we're going to just layer this one up just like I did the other one. Put it right in here. It's easier to kind of line up the sides. And this is just going to create a really, really beautiful background. So I'm just layering up those edges along. Make sure I have that done right. Sometimes I get it flipped. I don't know if it even matters. Okay, so, and this purple tape, you can use it several times. So I'm just going to get this on here like so. And we'll go in with the grass skirt. I do like to layer my my stencil B. I like to do the darker color and the lighter color on the bottom. All right, so this is grass skirt. And we're just going to go right on in there. I am suffering from a little bit of a cold again. I have celiac disease and my body doesn't absorb potassium, vitamin B6, B12, vitamin C, a whole bunch of different vitamins like a normal person does. And so I have to take extra vitamins, my white blood cell count's all off and things like that. And I'm usually okay if I don't get a cut or a cold. And I sliced my hand on Saturday cooking, and I had to go to urgent care. Had it closed. It's healed up quite nicely because thank God it's the hand, because whenever you hurt your hand, it bleeds a lot, which means there's plenty of blood flow, which means it heals fast too. But it was a lot of blood, and I had to get a tetanus shot. And you know, whenever you get a tetanus shot or any kind of shot, you're introducing a virus into your system, so your immune system can develop against it. And well, mine just likes to break down, but I knew that was going to happen. It was a lesser of two evils. So anyway, that's why I sound all sultry and sexy. It's because I have a cold. All right, and then this is the finished stencil on that. I do take vitamin D and B12. I take that actually because of my disease. I have to get injections. They give me a shot in my booty, sometimes as much as 2 to 3 times a week. And then I also take a liquid form of it. I take a pill in the morning, a liquid in the afternoon, and then I have another form that I take at night. So I really do take a lot of vitamins. I try to stay on it. All right, so that is the Kaleidoscope. That's super pretty. Now we're going to do it with the Medallion. I'm going to do an orange twist on this one. And then, again, we're going to layer up Stencil A first and Stencil B. And from here, I actually have a new, I've never seen them before. The next one is really cool. It's from Hero Arts, so I'm super excited about it. It's a new type of stencil. It's very cool. All right, so I'm just going to line this up to the best of my ability. All right, and then again, I'm just using that washi, and I do have that the extra cardstock is a little bit over, so it's not washi. The purple tape is hitting both of them, and I need 2 more foams. So there we go. And I'm going to be doing this one with the Tiki Torch first, and then I will top it with the layer Stencil B with the orange twist. And just so you know, Catherine Puller, her store has absolutely, positively wonderful customer service, and she gives you like a free, nice size stamp set with your first order. So yeah, I didn't know that until I ordered. So if you're looking at these inks, I would get them through her. I don't think you're going to get them any cheaper anywhere else. And like I said, you get a really great stamp set. It's really cute. I'd pull it out, but that'd take more time. So, okay. All right. Oops, see, now I the all around. Never mind. That's okay. You can line it up. No big deal. I should have taped it under. Like that. All fixed. Okay. So, yeah, the next set, it's a really fun technique that I didn't even know about until I got the stencil. So, it's going to be cool. All right. So, there's that one. And, you know, you can go in and darken up some of those areas if you want. But I think that that's good. All right. And then we'll go ahead and put the B on. Oh, you're from the UK, so you can't get it direct. Oh, bummer. Darn, I'm sorry. That sucks. They don't make that very easy, do they? All right, so I'm going to do Stencil B on this one. And I'm going to use Orange Twist for this. I wonder why some of them don't do it. I wonder if it's like, is it the shipping? Is it customs? I mean, why can't they just get it to our friends all around the world? I don't understand. All right, so for this one, This is going to be pretty. I'm just going to line it up once again with those edges. And this one I noticed that the center is right there, which makes it super easy. It's really easy just to line up the edges and then trim it down when you're done. That's what I would recommend doing, because, you know, it's a layered stencil, so your lines don't always add up because you are doing a different design on top. So this is the orange twist. And I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way out. And again, you can go as light or as heavy-handed as you want. All right. Sorry, I got lost there. I'm not talking. All right, so here is this one. Go up here. And then what I'm going to do with this is these inks do react with water. So I'm just going to take my mister, and I don't know if you can see, but it's totally reacting with that water. And then I'm just going to go over it. And I do this before I lift this final stencil, just because I still want those lines. All right, so these are my 3 new Alta ones, and when I did that, of course, it gave more of a mixed media type look to it, but it's still pretty cool. All right, now I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is awesome. It is these are by Hero Arts, and I love the thought on this. So we have here, actually, I'm going to do that one later. I'm going to do the purple one first. So for this, these are called Stencil Pairs, and they're by Hero Arts. So you can use them independently or together. It's so much fun. So this is, that's so cute, right? And then this is also the background. So if I wanted to, I could use this as the background, like that Van Gogh type style, or I could use this as a background, or you can pair it together like I'm going to do, and you can stencil like that. So I'm going to pair this together, and we're going to just stencil a couple of these clouds together, and I'm going to use purple. You could totally blend out a couple of your colors first, which, you know, I don't think I want to do a white background on this. I think I want to do a blue background on this. So I'm going to do Fiesta blue background. I'm going to use my blending tool, which my new blending tips, which will be great to show you just how awesome these things are. And I'm just going to color my paper. With this. And you don't really ever get any hard lines, again, because your tip is domed, so there's no hard lines. It's all soft. So I'm just going to blend this through. Like so. Let me, pardon me, let me throw a little bit of something blue on there. So that's the Fiesta. Let me throw something blue on here as well. This one, we'll be using this color again, just to create a background for this, I think. Going up around the edges like so. I just didn't want that purple on that stark white. Okay, so I think I like that just as it is, and we'll set this aside for our next one. And I'm going to take just my water again and just hit it, and it reacts completely with it, which I love. And then we'll just pick it up. I like to pick up those droplets before they react too much, but it just gives it a really fun look. Okay, and then from here, I want to take this and I'm just going to put it on like so, and we're just going to get, we'll see what happens. I haven't used this, but I thought it was a good idea. And what's more fun than going on live and doing something you've never done before and you can't edit? I mean, that's fun. It's risky, right? That's what I think. Okay, so this down and back here, this one down. Okay, so let's see here. They're all falling apart. Now, might be time to actually use some more of the purple tape. Okay. So let's just see what we can make with this. Right. Just want to see what kind of fun designs we get in this. I'm using Grape Crush for this. Now, the blending brushes would work real nice too in this stencil as well, because the bristles could get down there, down into it, with such a fine stencil. Because like that little piece comes up, you know, so that's something to think about when you're doing this, is depending on how fine and delicate your stencil is, that's, you know, that has a lot to do with it. So I kind of think that the blending brush on this would be better, actually, because this is a sponge tip. So let me, I'm actually going to pull out a blending brush and do this, I think. Just because I need those bristles to really get in there, you know? Does that make sense? All right. Yeah, I feel like the bristles get in nice with this. So, you know, the dome is great, but when you have a detail like this, you know, something, this stencil that has a lot of little increments, like little parts to it, probably do want to use a brush. All right, so let's see how this looked. All right, so yeah, didn't do exactly what I thought it would do. I thought it'd be more Van Gogh-y, but it's still pretty cool. I can still use it. I should have got more up in that area, but it's fun. Let me try a different stencil by Hero Arts. It's the same principle, but it's not as detailed as this. So this right here is not that detailed. So it might give us a different result. And I'm going to set that aside, and then let me grab the next stencil, which is this one. So this is, again, the stencil is a 2. I love this. I could use this by it still. Thank you. I still like it too, right? Thank you. And then this one. This is a really cool one. I think that this one is definitely, it's easier to use maybe together. I like this one. So let's see how we do. For this one, I was going to do 2 colors. I might still do 2 colors on this and blend it through with my Aquatina and my something borrowed one. I'm done with my Grape Crush. When you're using Catherine Pooler and you're stamping, I'm going to show you guys how to do that, because you don't want to go too crazy on the stamping, because then you'll get, you know, you'll get a soppy image. So you definitely want to make sure that you just tap it lightly. All right, so I'm just going to take and put these together like so. And I'm using new purple tape. Now the reason why, I know you're thinking, why are you being so stingy with that? Yeah, a light tap. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. You're like, why are you being so stingy with that tape? Well, the tape's expensive, and if you can get as much use out of it as you can, definitely do it. So, alrighty. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just take this again. Just tape it on the back. Like so. I am just all butterfingers today. Goodness graciousness. Alright. Alright. And I'm going to use 2 different colors this time. I'm going to start off with Aquatina, and then I'll move into something borrowed. So I'm going to ink up this. And let's see what this does. You're supposed to be able to pair it up. This looks weird to me, so we'll see. And again, I'm going to be blending it through with my blending dome instead of a brush, just to see if we need the brush. It actually is laying beautifully. All right, let me try the something borrowed. See what this does. And I always just like to go back and forth over it. That really laid nicely on top of this, to be honest with you. Like that's a pretty good coverage. So for this one, you really can get away with the domes, but for your narrower stencils, you probably want a bristle, I would think. Okay, so let's just see how that worked. And again, that is like super subtle though. It's pretty, but it wasn't exactly what I had intended. So I am going to be using these stencils not as pairs, but individually, because the concept on it is good, but I don't know, it just doesn't make quite much sense to me. So that's good. I'm glad you guys got to see that, and I hadn't played with it before. It's unedited, and you can kind of see, oh, you know, maybe I won't get it because of what I saw. That's the one thing that I always want to be as authentic on these, you know, and really give you my honest opinion. And that's why I don't work with some companies sometimes and don't take sponsorships, because I'd rather it come out of my pocket so I can be honest. Sometimes designers will take the sponsorship and only show you the gray areas. For me, that's not quite what I want. All right, now I'm going to move on to this technique. And this is not stenciling. This is just creating a background with a masking technique that is really cool. So I'm going to be using the Rockin' Red. And my cardstock I got, you guys, I don't even have it down below. It's a new resource to me. It's called cutcardstock.com. It is amazing prices, really good shipping. I mean, on paper, you can't get much better. Fast shipping, and they have a wonderful selection. They even have the Nina cardstock there. So go check that out. Tell them I sent you, because it's not affiliated, but I just love it. All right, so I'm going to be stamping with my Plaid stamp by Simon Hurley. It's a rubber stamp, meaning that there's cushion on it. I'm using my Tim Holtz tonic platform, and I love this because it has rubber here, or if this is a clear, it's clear. So all you have to do is you just take it out, flip it over, depending on what kind of stamp you're using. So it works with everything, which I think is super cool. And I am going to be doing a masking technique because I have this little image. So I'm going to be making basically in essence 2 cards out of this one stamped segment. I have this little dude that I want to use, and then I have this little dog that I want to use, and these are all from Simon Hurley Dude 2 collection. I think that they're adorable. And so I'm going to do that off camera, and you can catch it on the website a little later. But in order to do that, I need to do a masking technique. So I'm going to put a circle, or any shape could work, in the center of this. But before I do that, I need to tape this down a little bit, because I am gonna, it's okay if it stamps on this. This is just to kind of keep its place. I'm going to make it a little smaller, so it'll be all right. For the masking on this, you're gonna want to take some rubber cement, which you can find at any craft store. I've seen this at Michael's. I've seen this at Walgreens. I get mine at Walgreens, y'all. It's like $1.99. Okay. And you're just going to take and just put some on the back like this. You're not going to do the permanent adhesive, and if you haven't watched my glue video, you really need to check out my glue video because I show you how to use this with a couple different ways, permanent or at this is the non-permanent way to do it. And I'm going to flip it over because I want to remove it. I'm just using it as a mask. And then I'm just going to center it up the best of my ability, like so. I'm going to use Rockin' Red on this. Now, I think I'm getting to a point where I might need to re-ink my ink pad because I use this a lot. This is the stamp pad that I used for my logo, which is my Bet's Golden and the lips. So I use this stamp pad a lot. And Catherine Pooler is the only ink that I will buy the refills for because I just love it. All right, and I am standing up. One thing about this platform, I don't know if you guys have noticed this or if it's just me, tell me, is that there's like, that's not always even. I'll get holes in spots. So that's why I'm doing this on the platform. It's because I can re-stamp it if I need to. All right, let's see here. But I get like, I wonder if it went all the way through because I'll get holes. Oh no, that did pretty good. But see right around the edges there, it was lifted. But I might like that. It might be okay. I see the ink over here, but it got that image fairly well. I actually might like that, but let's just see if I can even that up a little bit. We'll see. You stand on it? Ooh, that's a good idea. If only I could stand on my desk. That's a wonderful idea. So you have the same issue that I do with it. And it could, now for this, there is a difference in depth on it. So, because I have that paper laying there, so I just, yeah, it's not going to let me do it, but that's okay. So, I'm going to take, this is my sponge, my squeegee. It's by Lawn Fawn. A couple other companies have them out now. I love this for cleaning off my stamps. I don't have to buy any special, detergents or cleaners, which saves me money, and I can rinse this and be good to go. This has lasted me so long. All right, so that's all clean. Let's see here. And so what we're going to do with this is you're like, but wait a minute, you have rubber cement on that. What are you going to do? Ha. It's super easy to get rubber cement off. All you need literally is your finger if you don't have an eraser. Otherwise, you can just erase it off and it will come off. And what I can do to kind of finish this off is I could even go around the edge of this and just with a pen carefully outline that to give it a cleaner look maybe. But I kind of like it messy like that around the edges. All right, so my little dude is going to go in the middle, and then I'm going to stamp a sentiment, and that'll be this card. And then for this card, I will do a 4.5 by 5 and a 2, 4.25 by 5.5 A2 frame, and do the little dog on this one. So I got 2 cards out of this, but we have to remove this rubber cement, and you can use your finger. It comes up just fine with your finger. All right. I got stuck on rubber cement in the 1990s when I was earning my degree in education. I took this thing called educational technology, and it was about making billboards. The stamp's epic. I believe scrapbook.com has it. If you can't find it there, go to Ranger. So you can click on the link in my description box for that. But Ranger has it. And scrapbook.com right now, I just got the email, has it's 20% off of Ranger. So head over there first and see if you can't get it there, because like I said, it's 20% off, and I think the stamp is like $19.99. So it'll be a good savings for you, about $4. So anyway, that is it. Like so those are different ways you can make backgrounds. Thanks for coming and joining me today. And again, these are just some of the ones we did, just with all Catherine Puller inks and different kinds of stenciling. Again, those hero art ones, I think that these are a lot of fun, but I'm not going to use them as a pair. I think I'm just going to use them on their own, because that didn't quite do it for me. Anyway, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me, Sue. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. I will be more than happy to try to find the answers for you if I don't know. And I hope you guys have a really great week. Until next time, happy crafting.